All right, let's move along. Bring in our in-studio guest. What a pleasure it is to have royalty in studio. Second time we talked to her in studio. The great Kayla Harrison is here. Wow. The face of PFL. How are you? Welcome. I've moved, Kayla. Yes, absolute royalty is in the house. I don't know if you know this, but I've moved. We're not in the same place, Kayla. We're now with the worldwide leader. I don't know if you've heard of ESPN. It's a pretty big deal here in the United States. You can put that up. Yeah, do whatever you want. Nice of Eric to help you. Eric, can you help out Kayla with the microphone? She's going to knock over her drink. She's got her own personal stylist, I do believe, with her. I saw on Instagram someone tagged me. Who was that?
That's my best friend.
Oh, okay.
One of my best friends. I got my two best friends here.
Okay.
So they're my stylists, my makeup artists.
Just
I
helping
just roll
you
with
out.
an entourage. You know
It takes a village.
It takes a village.
Yes.
When it takes a village in the cage and outside of the cage.
Do you mind coming a little closer into? Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a little thing there that gets in the
what it
way,
is?
but you're strong. You could go right on top of it over there.
Okay.
You see that? There she is.
How are we?
We're good. Jake, fix the lighting over there. I know you played around with it a little bit, but it's a little bit blown out there. So if you can help me, Kayla, we're DIY here, Kayla. But there you look great. Well, we just have to do a little bit of adjusting, but you know what? We'll get there, Kayla.
Okay, I'll take it. I'm not worried.
Thank
about
you
it.
for coming.
It's my pleasure.
How are you?
Thanks for having me again. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot going on in your life. So
you could say that. Yeah.
now you're 2-0. Since the last time we spoke after the 1-0 fight.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're 2-0.
2-0.
But there was some big news last week.
Mm-hmm. Pretty big news. Yeah.
You're going to be part of a 155-pound tournament, 12 women next season, 155. You were working your way down
To 145.
Your last fight was 150.
No, and last fight was 155.
Was it?
Yeah, we were gonna do a catch weight at 150 because I couldn't find. We
Okay.
couldn't find an opponent, and they wanted me to have fights. Want me to get some experience. But then Josette stepped up and she was like, "I'll fight her." So then I didn't have to catch 150.
Okay, so why 155 and not the original plan, which was 145 for the actual tournament?
Honestly, we had talked about doing a tournament. We had talked about adding that to next year. And I had always assumed that it would be at 145. And that's what my manager, we all just figured that's what it was going to be. And my coaches didn't want me to do a tournament because they're like, it's a lot of pressure. It's a little fast. You need to get experience. You're only going to have 2 fights, maybe 3. But I said, listen, if the PFL is going to have a women's division, a tournament, I'm going to be in it.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in the tournament.
Yeah.
And then one of the owners said, listen, why would we want you to cut weight? Why would we want you to kill yourself? Let's break barriers. Let's do it at 155. And I said, why not?
Are there 12 women who are professionals who compete at 155 on this planet?
You're the journalist.
I don't know if there are. I don't know if there's 12 145ers.
That's the thing is I'm getting, they're getting a lot of backlash about that.
Are they?
I think so. I think the only negative comments have been, who is she going to fight?
Right.
But you start where you start. Were there like 10,
Sure.
125-pound guys 20 years ago
Right.
that were fighters?
Right.
Probably not. But
Can you name another 150? Like, do you know anyone that they've signed?
I don't know anyone in MMA.
Period?
I'm just kidding.
You know Tony Martin.
I know of him.
What do you mean you know of him? What was that?
No, I know Tony.
I didn't recognize him when you guys were in the car.
I know.
Incognito. I felt horrible afterwards. Someone
You
was
should
like,
have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he mad at me for that?
He
For not
was really
giving him
upset.
props?
He can't wait to see you
Yeah.
in person. And no, he wasn't
me up?
upset. No, he.
I'm sorry, because it was kind of hard to tell on the
Well,
screen.
we were like in the car on
In
the side of the
yeah,
highway.
I wasn't
being
expect-
really
I didn't know you
awkward.
guys were. I didn't
We
know.
are an item. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is this something born in the world of MMA?
Yes.
ATT?
Well, he trained in Boston for a little bit, but we were just friends there, and then sort of just became more.
Okay, so I thought you went to ATT Mike Brown. You went for Tony.
Well, that's not true.
Oh, okay.
Okay. First of all, I'm my own person. I
Yes.
make my own decisions.
Wow, okay,
Not
my
based on
bad.
significant
I'm
others.
sorry. Okay, my bad.
Second of all, I went to a bunch of different gyms, and then I went to ATT.
Right.
I went to Jersey, I went to Vegas, and then Tony was like, listen, you need to come to ATT, you need to check it out. So I went down, and this is the one and only time in public, I will say, but he was right.
Wow. Okay.
See what you made me do?
I'm sorry.
5 minutes into
Yeah.
the interview, he's gonna never shut up about this now.
Was he in your corner for the 2 fights?
No,
No, you don't want him there.
no.
Who wants?
He's my significant other. He's not
Yeah.
my coach.
No, okay, but sometimes people do that.
I mean, he's there with me all week, and
Sure.
he's, we're very supportive of each other's careers, but there comes like I have never dated anyone who's technically better at what we do than me. Like,
Oh.
I've always dated judo guys,
Yeah.
and I'm the best. So,
Yeah.
I never had to put up with their or like listen to them tell me what they think.
Right,
But
right.
he has more experience than me and is technically at this moment in our lives better than me
Wow.
at MMA. So it's very humbling for me to.
I could tell it's like almost hard for you to verbalize this, right?
Yes.
This is painful.
No, I mean, he is. He's probably, in my opinion, he's one of the most underrated fighters in the world. And he's fighting on the October 6th card
Yeah.
in Vegas against Ryan LaFleur.
You going to be there?
I'll be there.
Okay.
Front row, screaming my head off. And I think what's tough about this sport, especially if you fight for certain organizations, is you don't really, it doesn't matter how good you are, sometimes they just don't give you a chance, So I hope that he makes some waves. It's going to be a hard night to make waves just because it's such a big card and so many eyes are going to be on that main event. But he's very well-rounded, like dynamic, explosive. He's from when he started to where he is now, he's a great fighter. And you see him in the gym and you see how hard he works and how bad he wants to be champion. He's not one of those guys who's like, oh, I made it to the UFC. No, he's like, I want to be UFC champion.
Yeah.
That's what I want. And it sucks because it's not in his power. Who knows if he'll get that shot, But that's what made me fall for him. He wants to win. And when you have that sort of common desire, like you have that in common, I think we bring out the best in each other.
You train together?
Not anymore.
Oh, why? Why anymore? That's an interesting
Well,
word.
when we first met, he was like helping me with my grappling and stuff.
Yeah.
My cage wrestling and all of that in Boston. And then we went down to ATT, and the first week I trained with him, and Mike and Mako, everyone was kind of like, yeah, they're not going to train together anymore.
It just got too intense?
It's just kind of tense, yeah. Well, we're the ultimate competitors.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
like when we're not on the mat, we're like playing mini golf, or we're playing Uno, or we're playing Monopoly, or we're playing cribbage, or we're playing rummy. Like we're always doing some kind of, we're like racing each other to the car. It's like not normal. So at training, like especially if we drill together, I get amped up easy, and then he like makes fun of me for getting amped up, and then I get more amped up, and it's just like it's a slippery slope. So
and he doesn't hold back.
When you mean like when
like he's going 100% with you. He's trying to tap you. He's trying to embarrass you.
No, I don't think he's like.
No? Okay.
I don't think
he's not that
like
competitive.
trying to like go like take me out or
Okay,
anything.
okay.
I mean, it's just drilling.
Okay.
We're not
Only drilling.
We never
no
spar.
like sparring. Okay.
We sparred one time, but that was like when I first met him, and I cried.
Really?
Afterwards, yeah.
Wow. Why?
Because I hate. It doesn't matter who it is in front of me. Like I don't care if you're John Jones. Like I hate it if you get the best of me.
Right.
So I was really upset.
I feel like what you were just saying about like him not getting touched, that's kind of your roundabout way of plugging the PFL. No matchmakers. I feel like that's ingrained in you. Like you don't have to go through the politics.
It's not ingrained in me. It's just what I believe. Like
but that's why you love PFL.
Yeah, I am their spokesperson, but it just happens to be like what I actually believe. I hate that. I hate that about this sport. That's the one thing I'm like, it doesn't matter if you're the best fighter in the world. Like there has to be something. It's entertainment. And the crazy thing about Tony is, not to keep talking about him because this is obviously about me.
No, it's fine.
But
is he here? Can he come?
Thank God, no.
Right.
He'd be in here.
Yes.
He'd be like, who's the Uno champ? Who's the Rummy champ? Tell him everything. But I'm the champ. But the crazy thing, what was I talking about?
I was asking you, it sounded like you were kind of plugging the PFL because you love the fact that there's no politics, there's no matchmaker. That's the one thing you hate about this sport is that I guess your mouth leads you to tell shots. I remember when you won your second gold medal, the press conference.
Yeah.
You had some. Yeah, you talked. Everyone thought like, oh, there's no way she's coming to MMA after this.
I didn't think there was either, but I was wrong. But the PFL has also created a platform where you don't. It's going to be entertainment because it's a sport. It's not entertainment and then a sport. It's a sport that's going to be entertaining.
You're the face of the PFL. Are you comfortable with that?
Cool.
You are the face. There's no doubt about it.
Thank you.
When you think PFL, you think Kayla Harrison, which is somewhat ironic because you weren't a part of the tournament. You were the only.
I know.
You know what I mean? You go against everything that I don't necessarily think you need to be a part of a tournament, but I respect the fact that you want to be a part of one.
Of course. Well, that's what I believe in. Am I ready? Probably experience-wise, no. But am I going to find a way to win? Yes.
And they're about to have their first playoff, October 5th, the night before the October 6th card. So now it's really going to get interesting. And so you can't necessarily comment on that. But now that the whole like regular season is completed, what did you make of it?
You know, I think there are a couple kinks. Like, they're not perfect.
Like what?
Well, I mean, for one, I think that the season needs to be a little bit longer.
Interesting.
A lot of people had injuries or couldn't get medically cleared to fight in time. So you have a guy who's coming in who's like hasn't even had a fight in the PFL. You know, that doesn't really look good, but I understand it's their first year. They're getting out all of the kinks. They're not going to be perfect, but I believe that when we tell them this information, you know, the CEO and the president and the owners actually listen to me for some reason. So
they love you.
I think so, yeah.
You're the face. They should listen to the face. They should listen to whatever you want. Everything you say, they should listen to.
Thank you.
When you fight,
no one listens to me.
You are must-see
if
TV.
If Big Jim could hear you right now, he would be so upset.
Why? Why isn't he watching?
Because, well, first of all, it's the internet.
Yes,
so I mean, let's forget about that.
How old is he?
72.
Okay, fair enough.
71. He'll be
That's
70.
not, I mean, by the way, not that old in today's day and age as far as internet is concerned.
He texts now, so it's a big deal, kind of. But, well, he doesn't know how to text back, but I know if I send him a text, he'll read it. Okay. And then he'll call me about it, which defeats the purpose. But, I mean, it is what it is.
Right. But when you fight, it's must-see TV. Everyone is watching.
You think so?
I know so.
I don't think so yet, but
I see it.
I think
at least in our little community right now, everyone's watching. It's a big deal, and I love the fact that you're on NBC at least for your first fights because they can use the footage of the Olympics because they are the rights holder,
that is
right?
a huge deal.
So I think that was good in sort of introducing people who don't know who you are if they don't know.
Yeah, that's such a luxury too. You like, no one, even the UFC, can't use footage of Henry Cejudo.
No,
you know. So
that stuff costs a lot of money.
Yeah, it does.
I understand, and I don't know how much you can talk about it. You signed a new deal, right? Mm-hmm. How many fights is this for? Or is it just like a 1-year deal?
It's a 1-year contract.
So if you don't make it to the playoffs, then the contract's over, right?
I don't know the exact wordage, but if I lose before the playoffs, I automatically get to go into the tournament again next year.
Okay.
If I win the tournament, they have 30 days to re-sign me or renegotiate again for the following year.
Do you know when the tournament starts?
I believe. May. No. Well, the season starts in May.
The season starts. Okay. Do you like that? That's a long layoff.
I don't love it, but I feel like the season should start even earlier than that for everyone.
Right.
But I think because of different TV broadcast issues and whatnot, that's the earliest they can start it right now.
Because it's a 1-year deal with NBC. They may be somewhere else next year, right?
I think.
What do you know? I feel like you're in these negotiations. You know everything. Why wouldn't they bring you to the negotiations?
They should, right? I get that deal done.
Yes.
No.
I heard that this is a very lucrative deal that you just signed. Are you happy with it?
I'm very happy.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, I had to like turn off my phone when the deal first came to me because I was like, first of all, I was blown away and I said, listen, I just need to take the weekend, which I think freaked them out and they might have offered me more money, but it wasn't about money. I just said to them, like, I have to make sure I'm doing this for the right reasons.
Wow.
You know, Big Jim said to me when I was 16, he said, if you want money, win, and the money will come. So that's something I've followed my whole life. I've never done judo for money. I've never chased a dollar, you know, but I've always found a way to live and be successful and be happy. And I was 16 years old. I showed up in Boston with $250 in my pocket. And now next year I'm going to be a millionaire before I'm 30. So it's crazy. But I had to say, like, I had to go and say, like, is this really what I want? Am I doing this for the right reasons or am I doing it for the money? And once I realized, no, this is where I want to be. This is what I want to do. Well, let's sign the deal.
Is it fair to say that these numbers exceeded your expectations when you thought, oh, I'm going to go into MMA and what I could make? You didn't dream of this or you did?
I mean, after 2 fights, no.
Okay, wow. Millionaire, you just said.
By next year, yeah.
Wow. After 1 fight, after your 3rd fight, will you be a millionaire?
No.
Or you have to go through the whole thing, you're saying? I tried to.
I'm going to win the tournament, and then I'll be a millionaire.
So that's like probably 3 fights regular season, and then
2 fights in the regular season, 2 fights in the playoffs, and then
And you have to fight on,
or maybe 3 fights in the regular season.
I think it's 3.
I think you're right.
And you have to fight on the same night in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, how do you feel about that?
I think it's interesting. I don't know why they do that. But, I mean, I understand why they do it. It's exciting. It's craziness. But for me, the system is still a little bit flawed.
How so? That's what I love about you. You don't hold back. You're
I
a
tell
straight
them
shooter.
too. You know, I'm not going to like, it is what it is.
No, I appreciate
I say that
that.
a lot, don't I?
It's fine. Max Holloway says it too. It's like his
true.
catchphrase. But why? Why is it flawed?
Well, so, I mean, we haven't had a playoff yet, but right now the system is 2 rounds. And if each fighter wins a round, the fighter who won the first round wins the fight.
Yep.
I don't agree with that.
Okay.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, if you're going to do something like that, what Tony and I were arguing about, I said, why don't you just make it 1 10-minute round then?
I was just going to say that. Like
or
pride.
who wins. Or what he said, which I also agree with, is if you're only going to do 2 rounds and they both win a round, whoever has the highest seed wins the fight. Because then in the regular season, people are going to want to get the higher seed because they're going to want to have that advantage in the playoffs. So you're going to have more exciting fights in the regular season.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a good idea too. But I prefer 1 10-minute round. I don't know what I prefer. I don't know.
It kind of goes against the idea of a fight. It's almost like the guy or the female who started the fight gets rewarded as opposed to the person who ends the fight. Like the point of a fight is who's standing.
Well, unless you finish it.
Right. Unless
if
you finish
you knock them out in the second round, then obviously
No.
win.
But I mean, if it goes the distance, right?
Yeah. I don't get it.
How would you feel about 2 3-minute rounds and then there's overtime extra 3 minutes?
I would be cool with that. But then you have to fight again that night.
Yeah.
That's also what's tough. And it's a law or it's some kind of rule. You can't have more than 5 rounds. You can't fight more than 5 rounds in a night or something, right?
Oh,
I think.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
You're the
See,
MMA expert.
I don't love 2 fights in one night. That's the one complaint that I have. I just feel like in
tough.
2018, with everything that we know, it's probably safer if you don't.
I agree. But I don't make the rules.
How's the sponsorship life treating you now that you're such a big star, face of the company, Olympian? What's out there?
I'm working with a company called United Lex.
Okay.
So they're basically they work in corporate law. They're the biggest corporate law firm in the world. They work with all the big Fortune 500 companies, and they're also my lawyer. So
wow.
They help me with my contracts,
That's
which
good.
is good. But we just, signed a deal where I'm going to be their ambassador for a year.
Congrats.
And yeah, it's great. I'm very excited about it. We're still figuring out how we're going to implement that besides just, wearing the logo on my uniform because I want to associate myself with companies that think the same way as I do.
Sure.
And that want to take over the world and that want to be leaders in what they do. And so United Lex was a good sign for me.
And, I have a lot of respect for you, and I think that you conduct yourself. I mean, you're an incredible role. I say that
Thank you.
you should be the face of the company, and you should be the face of any company. But I want to ask you about something that's kind of come up in the build up to the Conor fight.
Okay.
You're managed by Ali Abdelaziz.
I am.
He is a lightning rod. He is a very polarizing figure. I'm sure
Yes.
you see some of the things.
Yes.
Like
now every single one of my tweets gets at least a "Where's Noah?" comment.
How do you feel? How is it working for him, being represented by him?
Well, first of all, business is business.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Ali's. I mean, we've talked. I've met his family. I know that he's in contact with his son, Noah. I know that he spends time with him. I know that he helps him. I don't ask to what level. And I know that Ali has a past. Everybody has a past. Anyone who says they don't is a liar. And I'd rather associate with someone who has a past than a liar. And Jimmy brought me to Ali. Jimmy asked Ali, "Can you take care of our girl?" Ali said, "I'll treat her like she's my sister." And so far, he's never gone back on that. So he has my loyalty. I mean, I don't know his whole story. I've never asked. I know that he has a past. I know that he has history. I know that he has baggage. But as long as you treat me good and the people around me good, and as long as there's nothing blatant screaming at me where it's like, oh, okay, this is too far. You've crossed a line. I'm going to treat you how you treat me. I mean, I don't know. Has he murdered someone that I haven't heard? I didn't hear about?
You're happy.
With Ali?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're comfortable.
Yeah. I think that people...
Do you ever reach out to him and say, like, hey, what's going on? You say you get the tweets and everything like that.
Well, we talked the other day. I just asked him if he was okay.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He said, yeah, I'm fine. I talked to my son. You know, a bunch of different stuff. But that's what I mean about MMA, man. Sometimes it's just like...
It's a little much.
Is that really necessary?
Right.
He looked like a crazy man.
Who?
Connor.
Okay.
I feel.
At the press conference.
Yeah.
You didn't like that. Not your style.
Not my style. But, I mean, obviously.
Some people love it.
Some people. Everyone loves it.
Most people love you.
They love it.
Yeah.
They hate it or they love it, but they watch it.
They have a
so
thought.
he gets the job done.
Right.
I mean, did you see? I mean.
I was there.
Like, Dana took the whiskey. Like, Dana was afraid to say no to him.
Yeah,
that's what he's, he
He runs that show. He runs that
Good
show.
for
He's
him.
the boss.
It's just not my style.
Okay. Who wins, by the way? Do you have a thought on that?
I mean, I respect both of them. I think, obviously, Connor has massive power and is capable. You know, he always is going to have a puncher's chance. He's capable of knocking anybody out. He's proven that time and time again. But I'm a grappler. You know, I think you can't stop. You know, Khabib was like, you cannot stop 100 takedowns. And I kind of agree with that. So we'll see. It's going to be, I mean, it's tough. Connor's never really fought a grappler. You know, he fought Mendez, but that was on how many days notice?
Yeah.
You know, it's not the same. And he was getting taken down, and I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
I'm excited about it. But if I had to bet, I think I'd probably bet on Khabib.
Okay. I had Cris Cyborg on the show last week, and I asked her about you, and she kind of no-sold you. She was kind of like, eh.
I know.
You sense that from her? Like she doesn't want to give you any props?
Why would she? I'm like the biggest threat she has.
But, I mean, she's been around for 10-plus years. You've been around for half a year. Like, you should be so far in her rearview mirror.
Yeah.
You don't feel like that's the case? I just think
it's funny. Like, something happened where she was like, who is she or something? But she follows me on Instagram. She follows me on Twitter. She follows me on every social media outlet. And then the other thing that I had a little bit of issue with was she said, oh, she knows where I am. You know, she knows where to find me if she can make 145. And I think that's so funny because what did she hate on Ronda about all those years? Ronda always said she has to come down to me. She has to come down to me. I'm the champ. She has to come down to me. And now she's saying the same thing. That's so funny to me. But I will. I'll cut down to 145 if that's what she wants. I don't care.
You could do it.
Absolutely. To prove a point, for sure I will.
Honestly, how far away do you think we are from this actually being a thing? Like this actually being she's about to become a free agent too, which makes this super interesting. How far away, skill-wise, confidence-wise, do you think?
Well, I think it all depends on what happens with her and my teammate, you know?
Yeah.
I think, but March, her contract is up.
Yep.
You know, I'm going to get another year of experience under my belt. I'm going to be 8-0. I'm going to, you know, success breeds success, and that really instills confidence in me. Every time I fight, I feel better and better and better and better. Not only that, but I'm training with the best girl in the world, you know. Amanda is a beast, grappling, striking, everywhere.
You train with her often?
Yeah, you know, she's starting to get ready, so she needs bigger girls, and she's one of the main reasons I moved to ATT is to work with her. I mean, just like drilling, you know, combo for combo with her. It's amazing, you know. I guess it's just seeing the way she moves makes me move better. You know, makes me more comfortable, makes me more relaxed, makes me feel more confident in my striking. But to answer your question, I think a year from now, we got ourselves an exciting little, you know, I'll be 8-0 and I can say, let's do this.
So you think after the season playoff, you'll be ready?
I almost didn't sign the contract, Ariel, because I didn't want Cyborg to retire and me not get a chance to fight her. That is why I almost didn't sign that contract, because I was like, if I sign with the PFL, I'm going to be with them for a year. I love them. I don't know are they going to sign Cyborg? Like, how's it going to work? What if she retires? But it doesn't matter. Even if she does retire, like, there'll be too much money involved. That fight will be way too exciting. she's going to come back.
Wow.
She's going to want to fight me.
Did you talk to anyone else?
No.
Just PFL.
Mm-hmm.
But this is your mission. You seem more set on getting this fight done than in our previous discussions.
I mean, I realize that with or without Cyborg, I can be successful. But I don't want anyone to ever question who the best pound for pound is. So.
Wow. It's a bit frightening.
Why?
I just sense like a motivation in you. Like you are going to get this done. I see it. Like you change.
I don't know. It's what I want.
You want to be the one to beat her.
I want to be the best.
Yeah.
Obviously I hope my teammate wins. I hope Amanda wins. And I have nothing personal against Cyborg. It's not like I don't want to create some craziness out of nothing, but I want to be the best. That's all I've ever wanted in everything I do, whether it's freaking doing the dishes or doing judo or strength and conditioning or MMA. Like, I want to be the best. That's it. Every time.
How would you grade your last fight?
Ugh. I was upset afterwards. Like, I went in the back and I started crying.
Why? Why?
Because I was like, I had a little temper tantrum, They were like, and Mike Brown's like, what's wrong? And Tony's like, what are you doing? Like, he's hugging me. Why are you crying? I'm like,
we're looking at some of it right over here.
I want to be, that's my first fight.
Oh, that's your first fight. Well done.
Good job,
Jake.
guys.
Thank you, Jake. Thanks for that. It's coming, he says. I mean, really, this guy.
No, but I'm here saying that I want to be the best in the world, and I'm in my second fight, and I'm already going 3 rounds, and I didn't finish the arm bar, and everyone already compares me to Ronda, so they're already gonna be like, oh, look at her, she's not as good. She went 3 whole rounds.
There it is, right?
That's the one.
Yeah.
But
this bothers you?
It did, yeah.
Does it annoy you to watch it?
A little bit. I mean, I understand that when you go and you look at this fight, you can see I'm already becoming more well-rounded. I'm already developing. I'm becoming more comfortable. And it was great for me because where else am I going to get 15 minutes in a cage of experience like that? That's invaluable.
Yeah.
You can't, it's not the same in sparring. No matter how much you try to emulate it, it's not the same as stepping in there. And one of the big things I've always been concerned about was my gas tank. Because in sparring, I still get really tired. Like, I get and that scares me because I was never tired in judo. I mean, I was, like, in training, I was tired, but in a match, no girl was ever going to out-condition me. Like, I could go forever. I could fight 20 matches in a row. But in sparring, I always get tired. And then I get, like, freaked out, and then I'm like, I don't understand why I'm not in shape. Am I not training hard enough? And they're like, no, you're in shape. Relax. Trust the process. So after the first round, at first I was panicked. I was like, oh, my God, I didn't finish her. And then I went back and I sat down and I realized, like, oh, my God, I'm not tired. Okay, this is okay. And we just stuck to the game plan. I was able to work on a lot of things that I needed to work on. So now that I've had a chance to step away and look at the fight from the big picture, I'm happy with it. But at first, I mean, I'm my own toughest critic. I was like, I was so upset.
Wow.
And then Big Jim's yelling at me, quit your goddamn crying. Shut up.
Jeez.
You did everything we told you. Shut up. Like, and then that makes me cry harder.
Oh, my. Are you a big crier? I'm a big crier.
I'm a huge crier.
Okay, good.
I just feel like it's healthy.
To let it out. Let it flow.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it.
And people always think, like, Tony gets so pissed at me.
For crying.
Yeah.
Feels good.
And he's like, God, you're such a crybaby. And I'm like, I'm not crying because, like, it's hard. I'm not crying because it hurts. Like, I'm crying because I want to be better. I'm crying because I'm frustrated. That's how much I want it. Like, that's why I'm crying.
Are you going to cry right now?
No.
Okay. Damn it.
Are you?
No, but it's always great. As like an interviewer, it's always a nice little feather. By the way, the last time we spoke.
Is that what journalists like?
No.
Is that their like?
No. Don't paint us with that brush. No. But I did want to ask before I let you go, and I know you're very tight on time because last time you kind of like cracked the whip on me. You're like, holy smokes.
Oh, I have another. I have an event tonight. I have to go to.
I know. What event is it?
The Bonaconti Foundation.
Yes,
their
that's a great
dinner.
cause.
Yes.
Okay, so I won't keep because last time you were mad. You were like, "This went way too long. I got places
to go." No, I have a great time talking to you.
Yes.
I didn't
you had like
mean it in a
You always
negative.
have an event. Last time you had like a red carpet thing, if I recall, right?
Yeah, I had a movie premiere to go to.
Movie premiere.
Yeah.
Jeez, what a life. But you were very open about your past,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just wondering, since being so open about it, have you heard from a lot of people who maybe thanked you for being open, who you
Actually, after your show, even a lot of people reached
Even?
out.
What are you trying to say? We're a
No,
little rinky-dink show? Jeez
I
Louise.
didn't mean it like that.
Even people listen to your show. I mean, it's not Oprah or the Today Show, but
No, I just meant.
I get
I
it.
mean, I've been talking about it for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, it's
not
since
news.
I was
Yes.
22.
Right.
So,
Different audience, maybe.
much different audience, I
Yeah.
think, who had never been exposed to me or my story. So thank you for this platform. But yeah, I get emails, notes, a couple a week usually.
That's great.
And what the good news for me is now what's very exciting is it used to be what can I do? How can you help me? But now since I wrote the book, a lot of the notes have turned into, I read your book, I gave it to my daughter, and I just want you to know it's helping us to have this conversation. Or, you know, I went through something similar and I read your book and I can't tell you how spot on it is, but you give me hope that there is a gold medal at the end of the tunnel, or there is a light. And so even though I feel like my work is not done and I have a lot to do, like a lot, but I have very good plans. The first step, education and having that conversation, I think is getting easier and easier to do. So I'm pumped.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'll give you a fist bump because I get a little sweaty sometimes.
Me too. I have like.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's
yeah.
plagued me my entire life.
Me too.
Really?
That's why I wear black, because I sweat all the time. If I'm nervous,
okay,
if
I
I'm like,
understand.
yeah.
I thought because of your palms sweating, why do you wear black?
Well, I mean,
But
no, my
yeah,
palms,
in general.
everything
Yeah,
sweats.
it's
I
just
get
a mess.
nervous when I'm happy. I cry or I sweat.
Okay, well,
That's
we have
how
a
I
lot
live my
more in
life.
common than I thought. It kind of ends there, the athleticism and all that. It's kind of. But I wish you the best. Congratulations
Thank
on the
you
new
so much.
deal.
Thank
Good
you.
luck to Tony. Tell him
Thank
to say hi, and
you.
I apologize for not
You should be
actually
sorry.
singling
Maybe
him
you
out.
have him on next time.
That would be
You
awesome.
should have us on together. We're actually going to have our own TV show someday.
Really?
We're characters.
Okay.
You think I'm bad? Have him on the show.
All right.
He's insane.
I wish you the best again. Congratulations.
you.
Good luck.
Thanks, guys.
Enjoy. And one of our people will walk you out.
Sayonara.
Oh, yes. You have to sign our banner.
Oh, okay.
They told me to remind you. Do you mind?
No.
If you don't mind just putting your stuff.
Do you have a gold Sharpie?
Yeah, it's right there. See?
Gold?
Below? A gold. Yes. Do we have gold, guys?
No, that would be bronze.
Yeah, we don't give her bronze. That's Rhonda's color. Womp womp. You get it? Did you get what I said?
What did you say?
I said that's Rhonda's color. Damn.
I'll do purple.
Okay, you do purple. There she is, our second person. We brought this late. We've had way more in-studio guests. But Kayla Harrison, I'll do the play-by-play. She is signing under the P, under the ESPN P. And one day we're going to give this away for charity.
My special one on there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she gave us the Olympic rings as well. That is incredible. I might just sell that right now. I'm kidding.
Right,
Thank you
I'm
so
outta
much.
here.
All the best to you. There she goes. Kayla Harrison, royalty, 2-time Olympic gold medalist. There she goes. What an honor having her here in studio. And congratulations to PFL for signing her up. She's going to be a part of that 155-pound tournament in 2019. 12 women. Good luck finding them. And I want to remind you that their next event is October 5th. And that's the beginning of their playoff tournament. So it's PFL 8. It's going to be the featherweight and heavyweight playoffs. And that's October 5th at the Ernest N. Morial Convention Center in New Orleans, Louisiana. It's the featherweights and the heavyweights. Guys like Andre Harrison and Jared Rosholt and Lance Palmer, biggest names in their heavyweight and featherweight playoffs going toe-to-toe, and they'll be fighting twice on the same night. So the night before UFC 229, you got Quintet. We spoke to Misha Tate about that. You also have PFL on NBCSN. All right, that does it for the interviews. As I told you at the top of the show, great day. So much going on in the world of MMA. Of course, there is so much more to discuss. Matter of moments, we shall record the post-show with New York Rick, and we'll talk a little more about the press conference last week in New York. We'll talk about John Jones. We'll talk about his suspension, the 15-month suspension. We shall also discuss Ioana Jacek, Valentina Shevchenko. We'll talk a little Proper 12. We'll talk a little Sao Paulo. We'll talk a little UFC 230 for you, Tyron Woodley surgery. Maybe a little Bellator 205, but certainly a lot of Bellator 206. That's Rory McDonald versus Gegard Mousasi, the big fight coming up. What else shall we discuss? Maybe a little DAZN, maybe a little MMA action this weekend. The return of Sabina Mazo for LFA, Cage Warriors, Ryzen. So much going on, as always, in the world of MMA. But now we shall say goodbye as far as the live stream is concerned. Want to thank all our guests. Want to thank all our viewers. Want to thank everyone who stopped by, everyone who tuned in. If you missed anything, check it out. iTunes, Stitcher, all those places and more. Thank you to Peter Carroll, Malky Kawa, Alexander Gustafson, Francis Ngannou, Rory McDonald, Rashad Evans, Tony McGregor, Misha Tate, Eric Anders, and of course the great Kayla Harrison for stopping by. Again, if you missed anything, check it out. iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, all those places and more. Back next week. Until I say peace. So out of here.